First, they need to understand that money has a job to do, not just sit. Second, they need to understand that time matters. Third, this is the one most parents skip. They need to want to understand it, not just be told about it. Every framework I've ever used that has worked started by creating the want, not delivering the information. Engagement is necessary to teach. Here's what I call the kitchen seed framework. You don't need an investment account to demonstrate it. You need a seed, a pot, some soil, or just the story of one. Investing is what happens when you plant money instead of spending it. The money goes into the ground. You don't see it for a while. Nothing visible happens, and then slowly it grows into something bigger than what you put in. A 10-year-old who has ever grown a seed understands every fundamental principle of investing. There's the patience, the time, the fact that what comes out is bigger than what went in. They just haven't been told the connection. That's all this framework does. It makes the connection. So before compound interest, before stock charts, I want to give parents 3 questions. These are the questions that tell you whether your child has a basic mental model for how investing works. Question 1. What happens to money that just sits in a drawer for 10 years? The answer most children give is, it's still there. And that's exactly where you want to start, because the real answer is more interesting. Question 2. What does it mean for money to go to work? This one requires imagination. Let them think. Don't fill the silence. The best answers I've heard came from children who'd never heard the phrase before. Question 3. Why do people who start earlier end up with more? Again, let them reason it out. Don't give them the answer. The reasoning is the learning. What shouldn't happen in that conversation? There are no charts, no vocabulary list, no correct answers being delivered by you. There are questions being asked and answers being built. The most common mistake I see parents make when introducing investing, they start with risk. You might lose it all. And immediately, for a child, that sounds like a reason not to try. Risk is real, children can understand it, but it comes after the mental model is built, not before. Build the concept of money going to work first, and once a child believes money can grow, risk becomes a question of how carefully to plant it, not whether to plant it at all. At some point, your child will ask, but what if we lose it all? It's a good question, and here's the honest answer. We choose the type of investing carefully. Some places are safer than others. Over long periods of time, and your child has more of that than anyone, the pattern of money growing has been very reliable. Not guaranteed, but very reliable. The truthful version of that answer is better than the oversimplified version. Children can hold nuance. What they can't hold is being misled and then finding out later. The Financial Adventure Club is built around the idea that conversations like this are what financial literacy actually looks like. Not worksheets, not apps, not a one-off course. Conversations between parents and children made easier by stories and frameworks. Jerry and Phil lived through these exact situations, and the platform gives you both the stories and the conversation starters. The link is in the description. Thursday's video picks up right where this one leaves off. It turns out that the most important factor in how your child relates to investing isn't the framework you give them, it's the attitude they've developed. And when that attitude forms is genuinely surprising. Thursday. What's the one investing concept you wish someone had explained to you at age 10? Tell us all in the comments, and it'll help me to know what to cover next. Until next time, see you.